afternoon to our beloved lecturer and friends. First of all, we would like to thank to our lecturer for giving us the opportunity to be here today. Before we begin, allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Nurain Binti Muhammad Sanif with my matrix number 01DKB20F2017 and my friend is Azra binti Abdul Kajum with her matrix number 01DKB20F2019. My dear friends, are you sometimes feel so exhausted and mentally tired when it comes to study, or you just feel overwhelmed with your responsibility as a student? Because from my experience, I do feel like I lose my motivation sometimes, but as a student, we should do our best in our studies for a brighter future. In that case, my friend and I will discuss things that are related to this. Today, we are going to talk about 6 tips to be a successful student. Before that, allow me to define our roles. I will be talking about how to manage our thoughts and emotions, avoid things that can distract you, and you must get enough sleep. While my partner Azra will explain about manage your study space, take notes, and find a study group. Dear friends, my first point is we must know how to manage our thoughts and emotions. Things that can relate to the students nowadays is new learning systems such as online classes that have been introduced from year 2020. How is it give a effect to your students? It can give a pressure to the student and the lecturer as well as to adapt with the new situations. The pressure that maybe the student feel is cannot focus well in class, don't understand the learning, and take it easy, such as don't do their assignment because they have no interaction with their lecturer face to face. It can lead to get a bad result and can affect the students' emotions and mental health. For example, student will feel discouraged and will lose motivation. From my explanation above, it is important for students to know how to manage our thoughts and emotions. The students can manage their thoughts and emotions effectively by questioning ourselves, such as differentiated things that should be our priority or not, view things positively, make a wise decision, and try to improve ourselves. My dear friends, I have just discussed about on manage our thoughts and emotions. Dear friends, I shall now move on to my second point, that is by avoid things that can be a distraction to you is also a tips to be a successful student. This is because when things get you distracted, you will tend to not do other things that are important. In my opinion, the common things that can distract a student is by online gaming and social media. The student often spend their time on it and cannot manage their time wisely. The student will also not focus while in class and while studying or when doing their assignment. On top of that, the way for you to stay focused on doing your work is by turn off your notifications on your phone, delete the apps that can distract you, or restrict your internet access. My dear friends, I have just discussed about things that can be a distraction to you. My dear friends, I shall now move on to my third point, that is you must get enough time of sleep. The research shows that a student should get at least 8 hours of sleep every night. This is because sleep can boost your memory and enhances learning. Sleep is also a vital part of becoming an effective learner. It can help you to improve your concentration while in class because you may not feel sleepy due to getting a quality sleep at night. For example, myself, often find it hard to concentrate and always feel sleepy in class if I sleep late at night. Besides, getting enough sleep can decrease the chances of getting sick and can improve our mood. It is good for your mental well-being. Next, some of the ways that can help you to get a better sleep is by avoid drinking caffeine and set a regular sleep schedule and try to stick on it. Dear friends, I have just discussed with you that students must get enough time of sleep. This is because we should get enough sleep in order to have a quality sleeps and don't affect our studies. In conclusion, from my three main point above, we must know how to manage our emotion and thoughts. We should avoid things that can be a distraction to you as a student, and you should get enough amount of sleep. Next, I will call my partner Azra to continue our presentation.
Thank you so much, Nur Ain. Now I will move on to my presentation. My name is Azrah binti Abdul Kajum. My matrix numbers is 01DKB20F2019. Dear friends, I shall now move on to our fourth main point, that is manage your study space. Find a place that will maximize your productivity. Look for places away from the television and other distractions, whether it is your local library or just the desk in your bedroom. Set aside a study space that you will want to spend it. Since we may not have face-to-face contact with our lecturer and other friends, you will have to keep yourself on track. These organizational tips for online learning will help make sure we stay on top of everything and successfully balance our work, family, and online classes. I have just discussed manage your study space. Now I will move on to our fifth main point, that is take notes. Taking notes will not only keep you more engaged during class, but will also help you narrow down what you need to study when exam time rolls around. It's much easier to reread your notes than to reread your entire textbooks. It's important to take notes in class because it helps you to pay attention and to learn the concepts better. I prefer to taking notes in a linear, sequential manner, but there are several other note-taking systems that you can learn about here. I have just discussed take notes. Dear friends, I shall now move on to our sixth main point, that is find a study group. Sitting down with a group of people who are learning the same things as you is a great way to go over confusing class material or prepare for a big test. You can quiz each other, reteach material, and make sure that everyone is on the same page. After all, teaching someone is the best way to learn. I have just discussed find a study group. My dear friends, today me and my partner has discussed about 6 tips to be a successful student. She has discussed 3 key points, that is manage your thoughts and emotions, avoid things that can be a distraction to you, must get enough sleep, and I had discussed 3 key points, that is manage your study space, take notes, and find a study group. Let me end our speech by quoting Thomas Edison, who said, "Our greatest weakness lies in the most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." With that, we end our presentation. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. It has been a great honor and pleasure for us to be here today.